Hello everyone, my name is Droogie Forever, and today we're playing the last Utopi. Utopi? Utopi. Hannah Kent, 25, historian and archivist. The colony has asked Miss Kent to embark on a solo expedition to planet Earth. Our task is to uncover the great mystery of who or what introduced the alien planet spores to Earth. It was decided that this expedition would take place at the site where the spores began to spread, the last Utopi furniture store. This research will form the basis of the colony's Earth history curriculum. If successful, Kent's work will be taught in colony schools for centuries. Alpha to base, I've landed. Copy. Stay alert, Hannah. Eli Mason, 54, founder and CEO of the colony. Mission? Mr. Mason has spearheaded this project. He's volunteered to serve as Miss Kent's point of contact. He looks like Graham Norton mixed with that NSYNC dude. Oh, and she looks like Allison Brie. Definitely, from Community. It won't be my first time in a Utopi store. I'll be fine. It'll be your first time in a Utopi store like this. We aren't sure how rapidly spore growth has progressed since the migration, but it is likely that the spores have severely altered the landscape of the store to accommodate their life. This is no longer your planet. You're a visitor in their territory now. You and your family have signed the release forms, right? Yes, sir, we have. You know how much I hate this legal formality stuff, but just to run through it one more time. The colony cannot be held responsible if our patented anti-spore hazmat suit proves to be ineffective against the spores. If you experience the usual symptoms of exposure, confusion, paranoia, loss of memory, or the more serious side effects, delusions of grandeur, violent outbursts, death, etc., you alone are responsible. Yada yada. Basically, be careful. You are valued as an employee of the colony. Understood, sir. I know you've been briefed on the mission many times. There are a few more things that might be helpful to know about your gear before you head out, though. Would you like me to run through what you've been outfitted with? Nah. Suit yourself. Good luck, Hannah. Feel free to reach out if anything comes up. Will do, sir. Dismounting. Over and out. Dismounting. We've crash-landed on a strange alien world. Mr. Spock, Mr. Sulu. It's a note. 2 doodles are scribbled here with a plus sign in between them. There's something written here, too. Here it is. Shh. Don't tell on me. G. Not keeping it all that secret, hanging it on this corkboard for everyone to see. What do the symbols mean? What do the symbols mean? Oh, and by the way, I've played this a little bit. I tried to do a video earlier, so I kind of know sort of where to go for the first part of this. Sort of. Not 100%, but I know a little bit, you know. Yeah, so basically I need this squirt bottle, spray bottle. There's a key here somewhere. Okay. So we use that. Okay. So we get into the janitor closet. Alright, there's a note over here. There's a note on the wall. Messy handwriting fills the page. The mark of a snap pencil implies some frustration in the author. It reads, Management is well aware of Gerald's secret sauce. Do not attempt to recreate it. This mixture has been shown to damage and erode surfaces completely. There are no shortcuts to cleaning toilets. Use the provided tools without modification or disciplinary action will be taken. Thanks, Rita. Thank you, Rita. Alright, and these are the symbols on the post-it note that we saw. What? There, okay. I was gonna say. Those are the symbols on the post-it note, so That's how you find out what you need to make the compound. And you find out why you need that compound if you go right when you first come in the door instead of straight ahead or left like I did. Both. I went straight ahead and left. So straight ahead's the desk, and I went left, which is that way. But if you go right, you'll find out why you need the spray through these tubes, which are long and take forever to get through. Which is why I decided to show you the other way first, because even though this is the way you would naturally play the game, you would probably go through the tube first, as I did on my first playthrough. My first playthrough, I didn't finish the game, by the way, so I only know up till like a couple minutes from now, or maybe a minute from now. I did not make it very far before I had to do something else, and now I'm re-recording it. A full playthrough, hopefully. Alright, so there's a woman here, so we use the spray bottle. She's stuck in amber, so this stuff eats away the amber. The amber eroded away, so the scanner identifies the body as that of a 43-year-old woman. There's vein-like scarring all over her face, hands, and legs. Her eyes are rolled back in her head, her expression forever frozen in a grimace. It looks like there's an ID card hanging from her pocket. Her name was Rita Cortez. She had worked at Utopi for 9 years before her death in 2004. Alright, so you need to remember 2004. That's important. Because at the desk that I got the post-it note from, there's also a computer there. And you need a date so that you can look up the security camera footage. The problem is, when I played earlier, I never actually got to that part. So I'm about to go use this key card, and then that's as far as I made it in the first playthrough I did. So I don't know what comes after this, but I did play up till right before I opened the door with the key card. So about here, really, because I didn't actually make it to the door. I think I know where the door is, but I didn't actually make it to open the door. Oh, and by the way, the door is like fucking hidden. So look around really fucking good, because they put it in the dumbest spot imaginable. I didn't even know the door was there for like forever. And then when I finally figured it out, then I had to quit the video. Alright, it's over here. You can barely tell there's a fucking door here. So I don't know what comes after this. Can't believe this thing still works. You and me both. An old rusted fridge. The contents have been picked clean. There's nothing left for me in there. A wired office phone. I haven't used one of these in years. Looks like there's a saved message. Let's give it a listen. You have one saved voice message. First voice message sent October 22nd at 2:54 p.m. Okay, so we might need that. Duration, 32 seconds. Let's see, October 22nd, and it's 2004, so I'll write that date down. All right. Cassie, it's Rita. Got your call. We did not have a planet delivery scheduled for today. I'm sure it'll be fine, but Cassie, accepting deliveries without verification from management is a huge security risk. Please find a way to handle this, okay? Call the delivery service or something and save the security footage so I can review it when I get back from vacation on Monday. Plant delivery. I have to access that footage. And there's a calendar for December 2004. This was October 22nd, so they made it to December. Networks first started pulling their programming. First it was because no one was watching, then there was no one left to watch. Eventually TVs only played static. The TV won't turn off. Okay. Let's just make sure there's nothing else of interest in here very quickly. Alright. Let's go look at the footage. Desktop computer. Here we go. Alright. Month, day, and the year with, okay, 2 digits of each with slashes. Alright, 10, 22, 04. One result. Footage has no audio, it's grainy, but I can just barely make out a figure. This must be Cassie, the customer service worker. She looks young, maybe in her early 20s. There's a few hours of her messing around on her phone. Let me scrub through this. Alright, here we go. A man is entering the store. I can't quite make out his face from this angle. He's striking up a conversation with her. It's difficult to read her expression, but she's gesturing around and shaking her head. He motions towards the door. More gesturing. Cassie is persistent. Whatever he's asking for, she won't go for it. He's now just standing in front of the customer service desk with his arms crossed. Seems like it goes on like this for a while. Let me scrub forward. Oh, he's pointing at her now, leaning forward. She looks frightened. She nods. He throws his hands up. He shakes his head as he walks out. A few minutes pass with Cassie staring at the door, waiting. She looks around again. When the man reappears, he's pushing a cart. Are those... Yes. Inside the cart are about a dozen plants. Oh my god, this is it. This is the earliest documented sighting of spore plants on Earth. This will be the single most significant discovery of my career. This could lead us to the truth about how the plants were introduced in the first place. It has been theorized that they were sold to Utopi after being grown by an unwitting gardener. I always wondered what that would feel like, to harvest the cyanide of humanity without even realizing. The gardener likely never had to face that reality for long. With such frequent exposure to the plant, the confusion and memory loss would have been severe when symptoms showed. Is this man in the footage that gardener? I'm sure there's an angle where I could get a better look at him. Wait. What is... No. Eli. It's Eli. Alpha to base, I've gone through the Utopi and collected everything I need. I'm outside now. Excellent work, Hannah. Your work here will ensure future generations know where they came from, long after the last humans to set foot on Earth are gone. I trust you didn't run into any big issues. No, sir, just the spores. Everything was as you hypothesized it would be. No amount of time in the lab could have prepared me for seeing the spores in person. This really is their world now, entirely. I suppose I wasn't quite prepared for that. But no, nothing too shocking. Are you sure, Hannah? A colony microdrone has been following you this entire mission with a live feed directly to me. I wanted to ensure your safety, of course, but I also wanted to keep an eye on you. I wanted you to find that security tape. What? You think I would have left it there if I didn't want you to find it? I suppose you deserve a more thorough explanation. I founded the colony when it was becoming apparent to some that Earth would not be habitable forever. Back then, people thought we still had time to fix it. We did have time, but I knew that what needed to happen would never be done. The world's economy was dependent on oil and plastic, conveniences that you people would never concede. You bred like rabbits, which only put more strain on our limited resources. You blame the corporations and the evil billionaires for all your problems. What you people never understood is how taxing it is to carry the world on your shoulders. You all want the fastest, best service, but without the price. I know it's not politically correct to say this, but the reality is that if you want your affordable drone, some little factory worker needs to miss a couple bathroom breaks to make that happen. Maybe it's more than a couple, but you got your drone cheap just like you wanted. This cycle continued while Earth suffered. I'd stay up all night agonizing over the future I knew was coming. The droughts, beautiful coastal cities winding up under the sea, so many species extinct forever, and then one day it came to me. Thanks to all your actions, Earth would soon be inhabitable to humans. But what if something made us leave before that dreaded day? Something foreign, something alien. So while I built my spaceships, I started building something else too. The spores. I wanted to create an organism that could pass as alien but tailored to my needs. I knew that I could build a new world if given the chance. But I knew that things wouldn't get bad enough in my lifetime to prompt the mass exodus I was preparing for. The spores would be the key to our future. I won't bore you with the details. Let's just say my position gave me access to gene splicing tools that the average person thought only existed in the movies. Once I had developed my first prototype, I planted it here. It was more successful than I could have dreamed. Earth's scientists didn't have time to examine the DNA of the spores before their labs and minds started to be taken over. Due to the spores' unique properties, people quickly concluded they must be alien. The rest, as you know, is history. I can see that this is a lot to process, so let me cut to the chase. You have two choices. You can come back to the colony with me, and we'll document the truth behind the spores together. As a historian, I know the truth is important to you. It's important to me, too. If you come with back me, when I die, you may tell the colony what really happened. And for your efforts, I will ensure you're taken care of. You won't have to worry about housing, food, or money. You'll be inducted to the elite class of the colony. I'll fund any future research endeavors you'd like to set out on, just so long as we keep this between us until I am no longer here. You may also refuse this opportunity. I hope you'll accept, but we can cross that bridge if we come to it. So, Hannah, my lovely historian, what do you say? Well, if we say no, he might just strand us here and kill us. Yeah, well, whatever. I don't know. I know it's a lot for you to process. We can discuss the finer details when you return. Of course, there's some paperwork you'll need to sign, just some legal things binding you to your decision today. Not that I don't trust you, Hannah, I do, but a man of my means learns to get everything in writing. You'll really just let me come back, even with everything I know. Surely you understand there will be serious consequences if you break my trust. After all, the colony is the only place in the universe compatible with human life, and I own it. I don't say this to scare you, but you must understand what's at stake for me here. The wounds from those last years on Earth are still too fresh. The people of the colony aren't yet ready to appreciate all I've done for them. I'll keep an eye on you to make sure you don't tell anyone our little secret. Excellent. I look forward to continuing to build this new world. Whatever. What did I just agree to? The truth I uncovered here is important and it needs to be told, but can I trust Eli? Guess it doesn't matter if I can or not. I don't have a choice. If I don't do what he says, who knows what he'll do with me. That's what I said. It'd be nice to have my work funded. I've always thought the elite class on the colony wasn't worth their weight in pennies, but it's not like research grants exist anymore. Maybe I could even come back here for a second mission now that I know the truth. Humanity deserves to know what really happened to our home. The people like Rita, the ones who died here, they deserve to have their stories told, even if I have to wait to tell them. As long as I make sure people learn the truth, it doesn't matter when they learn it, right? And he is right. After all, the colony is a beautiful community. It is a better world. There's a kindness in hiding what is too painful for people to hear, isn't there? Ending 2 of 2, assimilation. Alright, well there you go. That's the last Utopi, which closed itself immediately upon me clicking that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, tell that like button you want to smash. And don't forget to subscribe. You stay you, I'll stay me. Droogie forever. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. Later.